welcome to everybody. Open mic night. I got us gussied up on open mic night and made a dang a slide thing
Love
and
slides.
PowerPoint. And we're not going to do any presentations. We're just guys. I didn't want to forget what points we needed to go over. Last week we had an old notepad thing and it looked so terrible. I'm like, oh, I ain't doing that notepad thing again. So we got this. I've been writing a couple of articles on prior client marketing today about all the different aspects about cross-selling and doing a variety of things with your prior clients. And, I just keep coming up with ideas, more and more things about what we can do and how we can do it. But I want to just get right in here to this because this is an open discussion. This is no presentation. But, people ask me all the time, well, Ken, how come we're putting a focus on prior client marketing? And I said, those people don't know me because I've always put a full court press on prior client marketing. And at Southern Home Inspection Services, we got about a third of our business, a little bit more than a third each year from prior clients. So they're a very important component to us. And one of the articles I was working on today was how much less expensive it is. It looks like it's 5 times less expensive to secure business and market your prior client than it is to acquire a new client. And look how many of us chase business. You know what I'm saying? Anybody do that? Is Keith, you still on here? You
I'm
get
here.
out there and chase business, new business, and then what happens? Maybe you talk to your prior clients, maybe you don't.
I mean,
So,
for us. I mean, it's an endless hustle to just chase down business. Especially, historically we've always worked with agents, right? So you're always running down the agents trying to get their attention. They don't want to talk to you. So prior clients, I mean, especially if you make them a big fan, a brand fan, it's not as much work.
oh, it's a lot less work, no kidding, and it's got benefits. So when people ask me all the time, we talk about Sitzer Burnett, and I'm not going to spend any time on it, but Sitzer Burnett, you guys know on August 17th, the rules have changed, and the buyer's commission is now going to be automatically included into the seller's commission. So the seller is no longer going to be not going to have to pay the buyer's commission. So the buyer's agent now has to get an agreement with each individual buyer, an exclusive agreement that says, I'm going to show you houses and you're going to pay me this amount of commission when it sells. And so after the 17th, that's going to be a tough thing because we've already determined that not many home buyers are in a position to fork out $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in commission for a buyer's agent. So we'll see how that all rolls out. But buyers agents, to a certain degree, are already leaving the market, and it's because of interest rates and lack of inventory and for sale and a bunch of other things. But this will facilitate it. So Sitzer Burnett means we got to do something different. We got to replace those leads that we didn't have because buyers agents are going away. So this is why we're talking about the strategy today. So when I say why prior clients, I just kind of jotted down some notes. I would just want to talk about each of these points as we go through. I got 2 or 3 of them. Referrals. Okay, how many people have ever gotten a referral from their prior client?
I have.
Yep,
I
I
have.
have
I have
gotten tons. Gazelle, you
all the
have?
time. I
All the
have all
time.
the time. Yeah.
And you made them brand fans and they're getting a deal. So anybody want to volunteer just what percentage of their business annually they think comes from prior client referrals? Anybody just want to guess? You should be tracking it. You should know that number right off the top of your head.
About 30%.
That's great, Keith. That
Good.
is awesome. That's big. Now I've had one-man shops been 80%. So, that's easier as a one-man shop. As a multi-inspector firm, it's a little bit more complicated because there's a lot of people involved. So, Gazelle, any idea off the top of your head what percentage of your referrals come from prior clients?
Probably 2%.
Okay. So here's a number. No matter what your number is, there's your base, right? I mean, so just know your number. So after tonight, I want you to go look up what you did in 2023 and write that down. And then I want you to look at what you've done for the first half of 24 and write that down. So it doesn't matter to me what the number is because we're going to help you just go one way. That's up. Okay. Whether you got 30% or 2%, don't matter to me. We're going to engage these rascals and get some more business from them. And we're going to talk about strategies, how to do it, this, that, and the other, but that's it. So who else? Ricky, any idea about yourself? What numbers that you're getting from prior clients? Maybe Ricky's gone a minute to grab him a bite. We'll come back to him. Bob, how about yourself? Any idea?
I would say maybe about 10%. That might
Fantastic.
be a little high, but like right around 1 out of every 10 is probably a referral from a previous client of mine.
Great. Now, Bob, are you a one-man shop or a multi?
Just me.
Oh, that's good. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So a lot of times it's easier for a one-man shop to get good quality referrals, but it's also somewhat awkward to ask for them. And that's one of the articles I was writing today about. A lot of times I hear home inspectors say over the last 20 something years I've been doing this, they'll say, it just feels weird, awkward, to ask for a referral. I just did the inspection and asked for a referral. But what happens is we talk about in some of the articles that you'll see on our different websites that we have about what to do and how to do it. But I think if you just get over it, then what happens is you'll be a real happy in the wallet.
Good.
So that'll be good. So write that number down, Bob, and then we'll say where we're going to go from there. So that's good. Sam, how about yourself? Any idea what your number is?
I'm around 15%.
That's great. That's fantastic. So, Sam, are you engaged actually in doing prior client marketing, or the clients just love you and they just keep calling you back?
That they
Okay.
they like the job we did and they recommend us.
Okay. Now, Sam, are you a one-man shop or a multi?
Multi.
Okay. And how many inspectors do you have?
We have 2 full-time septic system inspectors,
Uh-huh.
4 full-time home inspectors, 1 and a few part-time. Actually, we have 2 full-time helpers for the septic inspectors, and we have 2 part-time people
Gotcha.
that work per diem when we need them.
So that really 15% is a really nice number to have a multi-inspector firm. A lot of times when you have employees, and I don't know how they're structured financially and all that, but a lot of times when you have employees, they don't do necessarily the asking like the owner will. As the owner, you'll ask for referrals. You'll ask for, for additional business. Hey, I always say, I know that you enjoyed the job that I did for you here today because you told me so. And what I'd love for you to do is share the word, because our business grows by wonderful people like yourself. And if you share our name with your family and friends, then what happens is that helps us continue on. And they do it.
Yeah.
And that wasn't the only way we did it. But so sometimes when you have to talk with the employees, it's not as easy to get them to have the same motivation you do as the owner.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Now, Ricky, any idea what percentage of the referrals you get from prior clients?
It's not much. I mean, it happens from time to time, but
Okay.
I mean, I never marketed to them until I started up with you guys. So,
Okay. So even if you
Yeah.
got 1 or 2%, that's what I said to Gazelle. Don't worry about whatever the number is. Just record what the number is, because we're going to work on going up from there. We want to see incremental improvement. So we'll make that happen. That's easy enough. So whatever your number is, just write it down. And then we're going to go over there and take a look at some things.